Damn, what's going on with Terra? Oh my, this doesn't make sense. This is unhealthy. None of this makes sense. This thing is pumping like crazy. Absolutely bananas, and I can't explain it. Now, I'm waiting for a pullback. This thing actually had a pretty big pullback yesterday, but immediately pumped, which means people are on the sidelines waiting for a good entry point. And right now, I don't know when a good entry point is. Wait for the next big pullback because this is bound to have one, right? It always happens in crypto. It's going to happen. This thing is going absolutely parabolic. Now, I'm getting really early Saitama vibes from this. This is what I'm getting, right? Not to say that the dev team kind of sucks. What I'm saying is the feeling around it, the momentum around it, right? The community. If you watched Saitama Stacker's video yesterday, his live stream, I mean, it just felt different, right? There's so many people in there stoked for this project. The dev team is really good. We're going to see what happens. Now, Saitama started to have a little pump, and Terra was not affected at all. Not even a little bit. It's just been going absolutely bonkers. And a lot of people firmly believe that when, Saitama starts to pump, people are going to pull their money out of Terra and go with Saitama. I don't feel that way. I could be wrong, but I just don't feel that way. Now, it's important that you protect your initial investment. I mean, you can do what you want. This is not financial advice. Do your own research, which is never going to hold up in court. And by the way, right? Saying this is not financial advice is not going to hold up in court. I'm just going to tell you right now. But I think that it's important to protect your initial investment because it takes your emotions out of it. Now, you're grown-ass men and women, unless you're underage and you shouldn't be trading at all, and you can do whatever you want with your money. It's your money, right? But yesterday I had a subscriber who made $26,000 off of an $8,000 investment. He took his initial investment out. Now he has $18,000 left to ride. He will never, ever lose his money on Terra. Right. So that's a good way to think about it. Now, a lot of people don't want to take profits because they want, all of their money to pump, right? Because obviously if he kept all of his money in, he would get more in return. But at least if it crashes or something bad happens, he still didn't lose any money on Terra, right? So have a goal, stick to your plan, whether that's taking half out, whether that's a 10x, 100, whatever your plan is, make sure you execute. But like I said, I think this is going to have a correction. But if anything, if the first correction told us anything, it's that as soon as this thing dips, people want to buy the dip because they want a good entry point to get in. So we'll have to see, right? Will, Saitama pumping affect Terra? Because a lot of people that are into Terra were Saitama holders or are Saitama holders, right? So will that affect Terra? We're going to have to see. So far, this is proving all the people wrong. Now, their Certik audit just came out today. Now, I'm not going to get into the weeds of this Certik audit. Let me move my dumb face here. But pretty much the two major issues, and that still need to be resolved, and they're not going to be resolved, revolve around centralization issues, which pretty much means the contract is not renounced, and then that the distribution of tokens was not even on launch, right? So there's that. So do you trust this team or not? That is the issue. Do you trust this team or not? Because later down the road, when it comes to getting on exchanges, right, big time exchanges, the dev team is willing to sacrifice the tokenomics, which are the reflections, because big exchanges have a hard time dealing with them, right? Down the road, they're going to change the contract so they don't have to relaunch. Because what happens is what happens a lot in this game is that tokens have these tokenomics and the contract is renounced, i.e. Saitama, right? Which means they can't edit it at all. Big time exchanges don't want to deal with reflections. They just don't want to deal with those tokenomics. It's too complicated for them. They don't want to deal with it, right? But the fact that this contract isn't renounced means that, yes, the team can be malicious. They can do something crazy. Or it could mean that at any time they could change the contract so they can get rid of the reflections, right, the burn, and get on some exchanges. Because at the end of the day, exchanges are going to be key when it comes to volume. Now, a lot of people are also saying, well, isn't Terra going to be a centralized exchange? Why do they want to be on centralized exchanges? It's like, guys, of course you want to be on a centralized exchange because you want people to pump this token, right? You want people to give this volume. You want more money to fund the project. I think that's a little crazy. Just because you're going to be a centralized exchange doesn't mean you don't want to be on centralized exchanges. It's like just because Saitama wants to have SataMask doesn't mean they want they don't want to be on every other swap. Of course they want to be on Uniswap. Of course they want to be on Coinbase and Binance, right? Like that's what you want. So that doesn't make any sense. But I see the argument. So pretty good Certik score if you just know what those two things are. Now, obviously in the smaller cap community token shitcoin space, right? Sometimes having a contract that isn't renounced is dangerous because this means the devs can go do some crazy shit at any moment. But overall, I think this is a very, very solid score. Now, I didn't see the number score yet. I don't think it's updated on Certik's website, so we'll wait for that. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. What do you think of what's going on? This is absolutely crazy. It feels kind of magical, to be honest. TBH, right? The price is still pumping as I'm making this video. I keep moving my dumb face around here. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.